Hello and welcome to this sixth form open evening presentation. My name is Richard Langton and I am the head at Queen Mary's Grammar School. I've been the head for almost 3 years and it's a school that I'm very proud to lead. I've been here in total for nearly 10 years. I was deputy head before that. What I'm going to try and do this evening is to give you a flavour for what from me if we were able to put on the open evening in full. You'll also find on the website lots of content from different departments and from the sixth form team, as well as the pupils, to give you an insight into the school and to help you make the difficult decisions that are ahead of you post GCSEs. What I'm going to try and do is introduce the school, a little bit about our ethos and what we're here to try and provide, trying to persuade you about why to come here amidst all of the different options you have for your post 16. A little bit about what you would do in a typical programme of study in the sixth form, and then some practical guidance on the application and next steps. I always start off on open evenings talking about the unique aspects of the school, and the first side of that is about the campus, about the buildings and the facilities that we have, and it is a school that we're very proud of. You may not have visited the site before, and the size and extent of it with its playing fields to the south of the school, perhaps hidden from the road, but represent some first-class facilities, and facilities that we have been continually improving over the last decade. Improvements in science, in humanities and languages, as well as music and PE, and on top of that, catering facilities, sixth form social provision, etc., just to name a few bids that we've successfully won and projects that we've completed. But I always go on to say that the school is more than just its buildings. It is about the people. They are our leaving cohorts of pupil senior leadership team from the last 2 years. The team at the top left us in 2019, and the team at the bottom have just embarked on their next steps at university and in employment. They are the cohort that have left us in 2020, and they are the best of what Queen Mary's has to offer. They've really taken the opportunities, whether they've been in the school for 2 years or 7, and represent lots of different aspects of school life, from academic to extracurricular, and have really given back. And that's a lot of what we stand for at the school. We are a boys' school in year 7. Our entry in year 7 is boys, but in the sixth form we are co-educational. In fact, in our sixth form at the moment, we have just over 400 pupils in total, and around about a third of them are girls. So it is very much co-educational. We are an academy, so we have freedoms for financial and business aspects of the school, but we're part of the Mercy and Multi Academy Trust, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later in the presentation. If you read our school website and literature, our ethos is summed up very much in these aspects, and I'm going to go through those a little bit and give you a flavour for the life of the school. We talk about our 4 pillars, we talk about our pastoral charter, and in line with the traditions of the school, we very much come back to our motto, and I'm going to cover those in the next part of the presentation. The first pillar is about our academic purpose that we have. You wouldn't be surprised, being interested in a grammar school, that we are academic in the way in which we work and operate, and we expect our students to be studious in the way they approach their work, their way in which they use their study time, as well as their attitudes to learning in lessons and private study at home as well. But it's not just about the exam results. Of course, we celebrate with the students on their results days, and the photo on the bottom right is from a couple of years ago. Of course, that is the right thing to do, but it is about enriching their minds in ways beyond just examining subjects. Pavandeep in the top right was a vice captain of school in his time. That's a picture taken in the House of Lords in a national debating competition, and there's lots of different opportunities here to expand the academic side of the students. Our second pillar is our international outlook, and the last 6 months have been really tough for us as a school, because this is something that we take great pride in, and there's been a significant loss to our provision since March. There's photographs from 2019 and 18 of various trips to China on languages exchanges, scuba diving in Mexico, expeditions in India, and they're just a small number of trips that have taken place. If you look on Twitter, if you have a look on through our previous newsletters on the school website, you'll get a flavour for what we do as a school and what we offer, and we really do hope that is back up and running as soon as possible. Our third pillar is our enterprise in spirit, and there are lots of things that are very unique to the school that have got a national and in some cases international reputation. Our Combined Cadet Force is the largest of its kind in the country for state schools and offers enrichment for around about a quarter of the school population, and that's something that you can join on entry into the sixth form. Project Horizon is a science and mathematics initiative that we run and have done for a number of years, and in fact on the school website it has its own page which you can find out a little bit more about that, but that has gained international attention for its work that has done, and it's very much student led. We are a top 100 cricket school in the country and have developed our facilities further this year with the installation of outdoor practice nets to improve our sporting provision. And we encourage our students to enter lots of different competitions and expand their skill sets. And David Pearce in the bottom right is probably our most famous export of recent years, having won the £1 coin design competition. But he's just one of many examples of students that take part in initiatives and competitions and gain themselves prestige through doing that, but also some really valuable experience. Our final pillar is about our generosity in approach, and I've included on this slide a number of photographs from projects and initiatives that we've taken part in over recent years, both in the local area and also nationally and internationally. Starting in the bottom right, our Skiffle group are a group of young people led by Mr. Hughes in the DT department who go around and simply play music for people in situations that are not as fortunate as us, in care homes, etc. Of course, that has had to stop since March, but again, we hope that we can have that little bit of an impact in people's lives very soon afterwards. The bottom left again is a group of sixth formers that is visiting a care home, and we've got extensive links with such providers across the town in order to do that. Again, we really our provision very, very soon. On the top line, there's a photograph of myself with some students and a representative from Birmingham Children's Hospital, and we do a lot of work for charities and fundraising within school and to raise awareness of different causes. And I've included a photograph and an icon at the top that represent a national and an international aspect of this generosity. Change Your Mind is an organisation that we've set up in school. Miss McPhee has led on this, and it is on our mental health agenda and working with young people across the town and now nationally to improve mental health provision in a range of schools across the country. Photograph on the top right is a project in Tanzania, one of our expeditions of recent years, and that's a group working with young people in a school. So we do encourage our students to give back, and we feel it's really important for their development to take on that approach. And that's very much embodied in our pastoral charter. When students come into the school, we ask them to sign a homeschool agreement. This is available on our website. You can see some of our expectations, and this is what we want the students to really buy into when they're in the school, to recognise some of these key guiding principles and to be proud of the school that they belong to. The icon in the middle represents our diversity, and we are an extremely diverse and tolerant school community, a community that is not afraid of tackling thorny issues, and also with mutual respect, whether we're talking about Black History Month as we are at the moment, or whether we're tackling things to do with mental health or LGBT issues. We do so together, and we do so with an openness and a mutual respect for each other, and that's really important in modern society. I talked about that generosity, and that Latin motto sums up our traditions. It is a traditional school. You'll see us in normal times as staff in gowns, and that seems unusual for a Walsall school, but it is part of who we are. And I suppose having a Latin motto again is part of that traditions. But to define that simply, it is what you give that you will receive as your eternal riches, and that really is important to us. That sense of giving, that sense of selflessness, is what makes us who we are. There are some unique selling points of the school though as well. I've mentioned a number of things, but we've got some things within our organisation that are really very special. Farkinnis is one of them. This is taken from our webpage, so do have a look through the website and find out more yourself. This is our field centre in Wales. We've expanded that over the last few years with another property, and we try and give in normal times as much opportunity as we can for young people to go out there and experience outdoor education and geography and other different subject-based inquiries up in what is a fantastic environment. I've mentioned them already, but our cadet force is a really special part of the school, and one in which many young people get involved with is the Friday parades in school, or the outward bound weekends, or tactics trips that we do, or field days, or the flying that operates every other Monday in normal times at RAF Cosford. That is something that we provide as a school for very low cost for the students, and is something that people take great value in. And actually, when I speak to alumni, they speak very fondly about their involvement in the CCF throughout their time in the school. So do have a look on the website and find out more about those different things. I wanted to talk a little bit about results, but much of this you can find out for yourself. It's in the public domain. I don't want this to be the main part of any presentation that I give, is to talk about league tables. We've certainly had a summer where we've tried to dissuade people from looking at league tables, and I actually said to colleagues on results day, this is about the students and making sure that they get onto their next steps. But it is important that you make informed decisions. So of course, A-level results are important, and I've included on there a summary of our results from the last 4 years, including the centre assessed grades from this year and our averages, and we're really proud of those results and proud of the work that goes in behind the scenes from the students and the staff in order to achieve them. And of course, we have high expectations for everyone that comes to the school. I've included on here a list of destinations from 2020. So as you can see from there, of 152 people placed, and the vast majority of them are in top 50 ranked universities, and almost half of them at Russell Group universities. I've included a photograph of Birmingham University on the slide there, and that's certainly the most popular destination, along with Aston. So there's a move towards local universities, but we have an extensive programme in the sixth form to prepare students for their next steps. And it isn't just about university, it is opening their eyes to a wide range of careers and pathways that they can follow, including employment, including training and employer-led degrees, etc. And we do try and provide that as part of the package that we have at the school. One of the particular things that people are interested in, and we've just finished off the priority applications for university entrance for 2021, is about medicine, dentistry and veterinary science. So around about 1/10 of those places in 2020 were on those courses, and we do have a good success rate of getting people into those courses. And we do have extensive provision in school through the Medical Society, through our work on applications and interview practice and preparation for university admissions tests for those things. There is a lot of support for the students through the careers advice. We have an extensive alumni event, and it is important that we get them on those next steps. But it isn't just about the exams. And linking back to those pillars, we hope that the student experience by coming to the sixth form here is a really positive but a very well-rounded one through their academic courses that they do, but also in lots of different things that they can get involved with. I want to talk a little bit more about how they get to the school, so and what you actually do when you're here. So our basic offering, as many schools have, are 3 core A levels. This changed a number of years ago when the AS levels stopped happening as a common arrangement in schools. So 3 core A levels, We ask the students to do an additional qualification. That includes further maths as a fourth A level, but also things like the EPQ. We have qualifications in finance and sports leadership, language leadership, and this year we've introduced some new qualifications in the arts and in English, etc. So there's a range of things that we offer for the students to widen the breadth of curriculum. We expect the students to do some form of volunteering or mentoring in their time at the school. So I've included on the left-hand side there a picture of current Upper Sixth students who last year, year 12, did some work at the care home. That's taken from our PSHE Twitter account. So we do expect them to do that. Obviously, that's difficult at the moment, but there's certainly opportunities in school to do mentoring and prefect work with younger year groups. We expect them to get involved with enrichment. We do an enrichment fair at the start of their time in the sixth form to showcase all of the different things that they can do. And that includes things like the CCF and sporting and music and drama and things like that, but lots of clubs and societies there. And we do a lot on employability skills. I've talked about careers. There's opportunities for work experience in year 12 and also opportunities to work in other schools. We've done extensive work with primary schools, other secondary schools within our trust and beyond. So there's lots of different things that the students can get involved with and enhance their profile. We have made a few changes this year to our application process. So it is important that you check the available courses. So online you will find an options booklet that will tell you all of the different things that we offer. Read that carefully. Watch the subject videos that are available to inform you of the courses that you want to do. This year we are accepting all our applications on an online application form. So more information will be given separately on that, but you mustn't fill in the paper version this year that you may have saved from previous years. You have to fill in the online application form, and that gets emailed through to your present school in order for them to provide a reference for us and verify predicted grades. That has to be in by the 5th of February 2021, which seems some way away, but don't sit on that, because it is important that you allow time for your school to give a reference, and it may be that you're waiting on mock exam results, etc., before they do that. But get that in as soon as you can and expect a response. We will offer places based upon those predicted grades and what the schools say in their references. So we will start giving those out in terms of conditional offers as soon as we start receiving applications. And then we will provide opportunity for you, hopefully, if the conditions are right nationally, for you to come into school. We normally do some conditional offer welcome afternoons in March where you can come in and staff, etc. And then we do a social event for conditional offer holders in July, which is run by the Pupil Senior Leadership Team. So there are opportunities later in the year for you to come into school, should you be given an offer. And it's the small matter of achieving the grade. So obviously you've got your GCSE results next summer, and the entrance requirement is a total point score of 54 in the best 8, and that has to include English and maths at grade 6 or above. That can be in either of the English subjects, and also a 7 in the subjects that you want to do. So have a look at the options booklet and make sure that you choose those options carefully. I wanted to say, just as I draw to a close, just a little bit about the Mercian Multi-Academy Trust. This formed in January 2018, although in reality we've been working as a group of schools for around about 4 years now. And what you'd expect from Queen Mary is, if you've known the school for some time, hasn't really changed. We're a bigger school, but in terms of our vision and ethos and the experience of a sixth former, there's not a lot of change really. And the Mercian Trust is not there to change who we are as a school. It's to give us, as it says on there, collaborative autonomy. So autonomy to be who we are, but the opportunity for collaboration with those partner schools. So one of the obvious ways of doing that you will see in the options booklet is the opportunity to study a wider range of subjects than we would have offered as a single school. So to be able to do politics and ancient history and music at Aldridge, to do some of the languages at the high school, are just some examples of ways in which we are working with our partner schools in order to provide a better sixth form experience for the students. That's pretty much it for me. I've mentioned at various points during the presentation that there is an opportunity for you to go on the website. Please do have a look through that and look at Twitter. Twitter is our main medium of the most up-to-date news, so have a look on that. Most departments have got a Twitter account. Make sure that you have a look at those. Stay in touch with us as well. Make sure that you communicate if you've got any issues, and best of luck over the next year or so, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.